Please adhere to YouTube selected guidelines before viewing the content of this video. I do not encourage or condone any products, actions, or behaviors shown in this video. All videos are produced in a safe, professional, and controlled environment. Please do not attempt to replicate any actions performed during video. All actions are performed by professionals.
Alright, so today I'm going to be smoking a cigarette while touching grass. Am I excited for this experience today? Both yes and no, I will acknowledge. On one hand, I'm looking forward to having one of my Lambert & Butler original silver cigarettes from the UK today, as it's been about 45 minutes since the last time I had a cigarette, and so as such, I could go for a little bit of nicotine in my bloodstream. However, on the other hand, I am not so excited for this experience because I'm not the biggest fan of sitting down on grass. And to make sure that I'm touching grass to the fullest degree during this video today, I am going to be sitting down in the grass behind me over there. Yeah, I don't like sitting down on grass. It can be prickly, it can poke you, even if you're wearing pants, and there's bugs that hide in grass, and the grass can hide like anthills and stuff like that, so if you sit down on the grass without a blanket or whatnot, then you might sit down on a bug that could bite you, or you might sit down on an anthill and get a bunch of bugs on you, and if that's a fire anthill, it's really not a good time. Don't ask me how I know. I'm not the biggest fan of actually sitting down directly on grass, I'll acknowledge, and while I do really enjoy going outside to appreciate nature and enjoy the view in front of me, anytime I want to sit down in a field, I either bring a blanket or I bring a chair. But not today, because I'm going to be sitting down directly on the grass. I'm going to be touching grass while smoking one of these cigarettes right here. Pretty crazy stuff, I will acknowledge. I do suppose, without further ado though, I should probably go ahead and get right to it now, shouldn't I? So, let's think about where a good spot is, where I might want to sit down. Let's see, where am I thinking? I'm thinking, probably right there. Maybe, like, right there should work pretty well. So I'm going to bring down my camera just a little bit and try to sit down, like, right here. Yeah, I think that should just about work. I am sitting down on the grass, as you guys can see, and to prove that I am actually sitting down on the grass, let me just get up real quick. We can see there's nothing right here, no blanket, no chair, nothing like that. Let's sit back down just real quick, and I do suppose, without further ado, I should probably go ahead and get one of my Lambert & Butler original silver cigarettes from the UK, all out of the pack. And I do suppose I should probably go ahead and get my lighter out of my pocket and actually get to, well, smoking a cigarette while touching grass. Without further ado, let's get to it, y'all. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying? And overall, so far, I gotta admit, this experience is not so bad. Not too bad of an experience right now by any means, Sitting down, the soil itself is not, like, wet by any means, so it's not making my pants wet. Thankfully, the grass itself is not moist, so the grass itself is not making my pants wet. I'm not feeling any bugs crawling up on me right now. I checked the ground before I sat down, and I'm not sitting on a anthill or anything along those lines. And thankfully, as well, this grass in front of me is not the type of grass that is like super prickly and wanting to go through your pants. So actually, it is more comfortable than not to sit on. I will acknowledge this is actually not as bad of an experience as I thought it was going to be. In all honesty, this ain't so bad. This ain't so bad. Smoking a cigarette while touching grass. I wasn't sure. If I was going to enjoy this experience or not. But I'm really not minding it. Yeah. Let me go ahead and just bring down the camera just a little bit more. Just like that. Ah, perfect. There we go. That's a little bit of better framing. I'll take that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Overall, I gotta admit, kind of surprised. Now, if it was like 90 degrees, mosquitoes everywhere, ants all over the ground, I think that I would have a different opinion of this experience. But it's currently about 65 degrees, mildly windy, there's no mosquitoes, I don't see any ants on the ground. The grass is pretty much freshly cut, so it's not particularly long, and it hasn't rained for the last couple days, so the soil isn't wet either. Honestly, this is the perfect scenario to smoke a cigarette while touching grass. If there were just even any minor changes to this scenario that might make it a slightly worse experience, I don't think I would be enjoying myself right now. But actually, I am enjoying myself. I can't complain. I can't complain. Yeah. Solid. Solid, I will acknowledge. Getting a little bit of a buzz. Not minding the flavor from the Lambert & Butler Original Silver Cigarettes by any means. Getting a little bit of roughness in the back of my throat, but it's a satisfying roughness, not something I mind. And I'm getting a buzz. I'm getting that nicotine flowing into my bloodstream. You know, honestly, and I was not expecting to say this during this video. Just because, frankly put, I did not think I was going to enjoy sitting down on grass as much as I am right now. But I'm thinking, I'm going to have a second cigarette. Smoking a cigarette while touching grass. Solid. Solid. And I'm going to have to say, that was the last hit of my first cigarette. I'm going to go and just stub it out on the grass real quick, you know. It's a multi-use item. You can sit on it, you can mow it, and you can stub your cigarettes out on it. You just got to be careful not to sit where you just stubbed your cigarette out, because otherwise you will get ash on your pants, which can be hard to get out depending on whether it's like gray ash or like black ash. It does depend, I will acknowledge, and it also depends on what color pants you're wearing. I will acknowledge I'm wearing like very light pants today. I don't really think they're the optimal color pants to wear while I'm sitting on grass, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. I do suppose, without further ado, I should probably go ahead and get my second cigarette all lit up, though. Gonna have another one of my Lambert & Butler Original Silver Cigarettes from the UK. Let's get the pack all opened up, and let's get back to smoking. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna go and grab a thumbnail real quick. Well, hopefully one of those will do as a thumbnail for the video. Gotta make sure I don't lose the cigarette butt from my first cigarette though, because I want to make sure I throw it away after this video. Can't be littering and making the grass contain some cigarette butts as I wouldn't want anybody else to sit down and immediately sit on one of my cigarette butts, I will acknowledge. It would not give them a very good touching grass experience, I do suppose. Frankly put, though, really, genuinely, this is a 4 out of 4 experience. It feels great out here right now. I'm enjoying the view in front of me. I'm legitimately not minding sitting on the grass right now, which is quite surprising. I really was not expecting that. And, you know, I'm enjoying my smoke. I was expecting to be enjoying my smoke, but it's a good day. It's a good day. No complaints on my behalf. Just chilling, frankly put. I'm just chilling, I'm just vibing. I got no complaints on my behalf. What would I give this experience rating-wise? You know, I'm gonna have to say a solid 4 out of 4. A solid 10 out of 10. A solid 5 out of 5. I'm gonna have to give this experience a perfect rating. If there was even just one thing off about the grass, it would not be a perfect rating. In fact, it could be a low rating if there was even one thing off about the grass. If this was the wrong type of grass, if it was poking me through my pants right now, this would be like a 3 out of 4. This would be like a 3 out of 10, not a 3 out of 4. This would be like a 1 out of 4 if the grass was poking me. If the grass was wet and it was getting my pants wet and making me uncomfortable, then this would be not a good experience. If there were bugs all over the place, crawling all over me, if I sat down in an anthill, this would not be a good experience. But because everything has gone right, because I'm sitting down on grass that isn't poking me, that isn't wet, that doesn't have bugs on it currently, I'm feeling pretty good. And I'm having a good experience. And so as such, I got no complaints on my behalf. I think I've got probably one more hit of my cigarette left. Let's go and take that real quick. Let's stub it out on the ground. And I'm gonna make sure that I throw both of my cigarette butts away after this video today. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video where I smoked a cigarette while touching grass. If you guys have enjoyed watching this video today, of course, make sure to like and subscribe for more content. I have my Instagram, my book, my merch, everything like that, all in the description down below. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, like and subscribe, of course. Appreciate y'all watching. To the next one, stay safe and peace, and have a great one. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying?